Welcome to another episode of the Ray Vaughan Show. I'm your host, Ray Vaughan. We got my guys back in the building, Om and Day. We're going to hop back into it. We're going to miss you guys. And it's a very packed show, so we're going to hop right into it. Black businesses, supporting black businesses. First one is a Work in Progress podcast. Shout out to Ty and Real with the Work in Progress podcast. You can follow them on IG at A Work in Progress Podcast 757. IG A Work in Progress 757. One of the best podcasts out right now. Joe Budden, Matt Hoffa, anybody you can think of, a Work in Progress is in that top tier. Hometown Worldwide, your local Virginian clothing brand. Hell of a product. Very nice styles, colors. On the last episode with Ty, one of his friends got a local.
What I short? The show was fire.
Well, thank you. Would have been even more amazing if my co-host and his co-host would have showed up. But hey, hey, So, shout out to Hometown Worldwide, man. HometownWorldwide.com, Hometown Worldwide on IG. Go and support them. Dope shit. Artist Recording Studios in Virginia Beach, where we shoot this illustrious podcast every week or every time we come. Shout out to Artist Recording Studios. Shout out to Brandon. Hit them up, artistrecordingstudios.com for all of your booking needs. Studio, podcast, everything. So we're going to hop right into it. We're going to fire, short takes, keep it moving, and then we'll expound on things that we're passionate about and, I guess we have knowledge on.
Here we go. You hear that?
So,
you hear this shit?
Music, Her Loss.
Her Loss.
The Drake and, I would say Drake album. But it's a collab album.
It's a collab album.
21.
It's a collab album. What did y'all think?
Love Drake. Love 21. Let's rap. Love them.
I mean, out of 10, you want me to give it out of 10?
Yeah.
That's how you feeling? That's okay. Out of 10, I'll give it like a solid 7.5, 8.
I agree with that. I wouldn't even do the 7.5 mark. I'd give him a 7.
21 is so fucking ill. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to give that a 10.
You gonna give it a 10?
I love 20. And 21 mixed with Drake was so perfect because Drake worked with 21 couldn't, in a sense, and vice versa. So I love
It's a perfect pair.
It was a perfect pair to me. Especially after they dropped that last record on his last album. What was it? Jimmy Cricket? Some shit like that. What was it?
I didn't hear that one.
Oh, yeah.
heard that
crazy. Y'all look crazy.
I'm gonna take you back a few episodes back. Like a little mesmerizing shit. Remember this shit about the God album, right? God did. Remember?
I know what he about to say, the first and last shit.
So you remember when somebody in this room, I ain't gonna say no name, said, 21st verse was whack.
We could put a name on it.
You said it.
I said
You
what?
said 21's verse was stupid whack.
I said his verse was whack.
Shall we go back?
Yeah, we should.
We could put a clip back. You said 21 wasn't
right here, because I'm not gonna talk about 21 crazy.
I'm just saying, you said
Maybe
21 wasn't like, I was like,
maybe I was saying that he didn't. Yeah, maybe I was saying he could have went harder. He didn't eat that beat up, but not whack, not 21. I said Jay-Z talked too much. That verse should have been clipped. I said that for a fact. That nigga could have shut up after the 2-minute mark. He said, "Let me go for 6." I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. Shut up. Like, what? You was good. You ate the bitches up in 2 minutes.
I'm for
you took it too far. Like,
I'm for it. All I'm going to say is a lot of controversy with this album. A lot of name calling, a lot of...
Well, he's just speaking on shit that's relevant.
He a rapper.
He a rapper. He got to stay relevant.
And this is the first album that he's put out since all of this shit done happened. And
He put it out last year.
Not last year. He put an album out back in July or June of this year.
Was it? Yeah.
What was that?
The one that nobody wanted to listen to because it was housey.
That house vibe joint.
How was he gonna dress? He can't pop his shit like he was doing on that house music shit.
Drake was actually popping shit on that project, but bitches wasn't trying to peep that.
I said pop shit like this. This was a different type of record than the house record.
He was in his hip hop bag.
What's your favorite record in the whole album?
What album?
This album right now.
Probably had
Veloz.
to be BS,
BS.
or
I gotta pull up the tracks because Lord knows.
hold on.
Yeah,
because I listened all the way down.
I know 3 a.m. in Glenwood by 21 is the best one on there to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be honest with you,
Nah, privileged rappers is like that too.
Nah.
Rich Flex, I like.
to be
I
honest
don't
with
know how to
you,
say this shit. What is it? Circo Loco? That shit was fire.
Circle Loco was that's my
Fire.
favorite track
That was
on
fucking
it.
fire. They both ate.
That's my favorite track on the whole thing. But do you think was it needed?
This
Was
collab.
what needed?
Like this collab? Like would you prefer this collab? Like could have been a better matter of fact, scratch what
Could
I
have
just
been a
said.
better match.
Was this collab album better than his and Future's? Drake's and Future's?
I feel like you can't compare the two. Two different vibes.
Which one was that?
Two different
What a Time
eras
to Be
too.
Alive?
Two different eras too.
That's the Future and Drake shit, right?
Like a
What
few
Time
years
to Be
ago.
Alive.
Nah, that was like what was
But you still gotta think.
I was
I'm
in
talking
college
about.
when that
Matter of fact,
Drake
let's
and
do
Future
this. What you consider the best collab album with different artists on? Like,
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
What?
Beyonce,
Yo,
Jay-Z,
Everything
yeah.
is love. They
Every-
fucking ate.
that was a what? Can you
What
consider
a
that
Time
a
to Be
collab?
Alive. Yes, that's
It's What a Time to Be Alive.
That's
Definitely a
two
collab.
different
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Two different times in your life.
Bro,
Honestly. That was
what time in your life is this?
2015.
What time in your life is now? It's 21 Savage
Bro,
and Drake.
when this came out, What a Time to Be
Savage.
Alive.
Was
I
he
was
just
still in
getting poppin'?
high school.
And 21 was just getting popping, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
2016.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
It's
was on.
not the
Why y'all looking at years, man? We looking at the music, right?
It's not even like looking at the years.
Whose
per
music
se.
sound better? Whose music sound
Go
better?
back to see what
Who
tracks.
sound better? I'm gonna go with
Digitalized,
Drake and
speaker
21.
rings,
That's just my
live from the gutter.
steez though. I love.
I feel you on
I
that
don't
one.
really- Future, aight,
I feel like Future and Drake did their thing on that album, bro.
They had some hit records, Jumpman. That's all I remember.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the track list, Live from the Gullet. That was my favorite.
Bro, it was a vibe.
And
It was
I
a
know we
vibe.
got the 30 for 30 freestyle up there too.
Yeah, bro. That 30 for 30 freestyle was fire. I know you that
So,
fire.
but it's another successful album.
Diamonds dancing.
Which one?
The one that just came out with Her Loss. That's a success.
No, it should be.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, anything Drake put out,
Yeah.
it's fire. Anything he put out with anybody,
Mm-hmm.
it charts. It charts. That you can't take that away from him. That's why I'm giving it what I gave. I'm like, I fucks with some tracks. Some tracks I'm just gonna skip.
I got you.
I listen to the first 30 seconds and I'm like, yep, next.
See, that's not fair. I feel like listen to every track whole.
Nope.
Then give it another 30-second listen, see if you get into it. You know what I'm saying?
See, my thing
just
is
like
when the album came out, I listened to the whole album in its entirety.
Yeah.
And then I gave it another go around because sometimes you might miss like the hook or something.
Or the vibe
So I
or
did that, and I was like negative. Still, that was like the first time I had to listen to it
Well,
because
anytime I listen to a record, if it don't catch me in the first 10, 15 seconds, next.
that.
I may come back to it later, but next.
I
didn't
gotta
catch me.
keep it moving.
Because the beat catches people first. I don't
To be
understand
honest with you,
that.
I'd rather have you bring me a crazy 16 in when you come in. You give me I was like, oh,
This is my thing.
because if the beat comes hard and then you
But
give me
you
the
heard
whack
first,
shit.
Boom, you heard the beat first. Then you're like, okay. And then that anticipation is built off of the beat.
See-
but if niggas ain't rocking with the beat,
I fucks with what you're saying. 1,000%. If I'm listening to a certain record, I already know as soon as that beat comes in, fire. But when I'm listening to a record that you know is not charting and it just came out, and I hear a fire beat, and then you give me some bullshit bars, bro, I'ma just tank the whole shit. I'm not even gonna listen to the rest of the album because it's like you got drama, you got any producer, any fire producer right now.
and he on fire.
And it's just
on fire.
it's putting beats out there, hard beats.
Because he did
And then you're
music
like,
shit. And he did NBA shit. And he was on West Side shit that just released.
Bro.
So he on he did 2 of the releases. And he on the 3rd one. All in the same time span.
I'm just saying, bro, homeboy.
Gangsta Grills.
Whenever you hear that beat, okay, I get what you're saying, but if you give me Drake is not the person that if you put him a fire ass beat, he ain't gonna give you that tough ass ab lib or line, and you're gonna be like, oh, give you that stank face.
No. I'm not saying nothing.
You know,
of that.
I'm just saying
what catch. Not even Drake aside.
Oh.
Any artist.
Oh.
The first 10 to 15 seconds that captures me, or that make me hit next. Now, if I'm listening to it for the first time, an album straight through, I'm gonna skip that, but I'm going to come back to it in the same order as the album. You get what I'm saying? Okay, like these are the ones that on the first listen, bam, that was fire. Second listen, letting it all play through. Okay, it didn't catch me in the first 10, 15 seconds, but a minute in, I'll be like, oh god, damn, okay, this shit is actually fire. This shit is actually hot. But that's just me. That's just me. I have low tolerance for a lot of shit. So Coco Jones.
Coco Jones.
Damien put me on to her. I didn't know she was a musician.
Yeah.
Musician.
Yeah.
An artist.
Musician.
Yeah.
I just know her from Bel Air.
She's
beautiful.
amazing.
She's beautiful. And she's amazing. Her song, I think is I Don't Care, IDC.
I see you.
I see you, bro.
Yo, I see you. That shit.
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. It's one of those hidden talents that you just come across.
Multifaceted.
It's just you come across. It's like you just never know they're there until like you're there. Like that girl, Georgia Smith. Like you don't know who she's been until you're like, oh, this is her song? Yo, this is fire. And then you hear like her speaking, you're like, oh, she's Italian, like she's from England or whatever. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, her songs is just on point. I'm like, oh, yo, her Tiny Desk, everything is like, oh, she got a Tiny Desk too. It's like it just evolves, and you're like, oh, these people has been out here doing it.
Yeah, she got
where the hell my ears been? You feel me?
Yeah, she had a record that she dropped when I was in college called Blue Lights.
Oh,
yeah, that's fire. I fucked with that. I did.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, you sometimes you gotta open your ears to different shit.
I mean, I listen to different shit. It's just I listen to a lot and everything and nothing at the same time. If that makes sense.
A lot and everything and nothing. At the same
and
time.
the thing is too, he not like a R&B fan for real. He like all the other genres, but R&B is like loose.
Dead.
No,
but no, we're not gonna get into that because this is. But yeah, I'm not really R&B is not really my go-to. And if I am,
just shouted out Coco Jones with an R&B record. R&B.
Shout out to Coco Jones. Like I'm shouting out because of her other talents, but she's a great artist as well. So check her out as well.
I'm
kind
of shit over. I'm gotta go.
I gotta go.
So what we gonna hop in first?
Whoa,
is the TakeOff situation. We're gonna spend a few minutes about that,
rest
in peace. TakeOff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a moment of silence for that man. Actually,
rest in peace. TakeOff. Condolences to you, your family. I don't know if he had kids or not. To be honest with you,
I don't think he was like 20 years old.
Yeah,
28.
28.
Mm-hmm. 28.
That's crazy.
So how it all started. The Migos.
Allegedly.
Quavo and TakeOff. No.
Say allegedly.
This is Day trying to be my PR person.
But yeah, because they be suing niggas out here.
Doesn't know what's about to come out my mouth.
Bro.
It's confirmed fact that they went to Houston for Jay Prince's Jr. birthday. That's confirmed.
That's a fact. Yep. That's where they was at.
Now.
They was at a bowling alley.
They was at a bowling alley. Fact. Allegedly, there was a dice game. Fucking Jesus, man. Jesus. That's why I can never really go on Drake champs. I hate getting cut the fuck off, man. Especially when you don't know what I'm about to say. Like, trust the process. Jesus, man.
You're welcome.
But,
just so you know, legal battles.
They went into the argument allegedly still from the dice game. Allegedly, Quavo was losing, and from what they was telling me, and from what I read from multiple different sources and eyewitness that was actually there, they were saying he was losing like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. It really wasn't a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. If you think these niggas get over probably $200,000 a show, and they do maybe 2 shows every week. You get what I'm saying?
They get paid.
that $15,000-$20,000 ain't shit. You spend that in the club. They spend that in the club.
Yeah.
On bottles, for real, or probably food when they go somewhere. So if that is the case, that's tragic. Because come to find out, TakeOff don't even shoot dice. So he was just, around there because we supposed to be out here celebrating somebody that we look to as a friend. Mm-hmm. And he's supposed to protect us because that's his whole shit in Houston with the mob ties shit. Mm-hmm. And they done been in Houston multiple times and it's never been a problem before now. Now, all of these things are coming out. Mm. It started from, I guess, the dice game. Quavo allegedly got into an argument with Jay Prince Jr. About the dice game. That argument spun, and I seen a video like last maybe 5 to 6 seconds of that argument before the shots rung out. Quavo was walking around like the camera, and he was like, "Man, this ain't Atlanta, or we ain't in Atlanta." Something in the terms of Atlanta, and he was like, "Man, let's just go. Let me just move around for somebody to get hurt." And then when he said that, you heard on the video a shot. Now, when I heard it the first time, I seen my reaction, and I know my reaction, and I seen the people in the video. The first time, niggas was like, "Hold on." It really didn't set in. Everybody was like, "Was that a gunshot?" Because there was a lot of commotion going on. There was a lot of people around there. So everybody was, "Hold on, is that a gunshot?" And then multiple shots were, and then everybody was like, "Oh." So, allegedly, this is how the story happened. The argument happened with Jay Prince and Quavo. Jay Prince bodyguard, guy named Lil Cam, was behind TakeOff. Soon as the argument got to the point where he felt like, okay, this shit about to go left, he allegedly immediately, bam, hit TakeOff in the back of the head. Bomb. Now, when he hit TakeOff, allegedly, the Migos camp returned fire. But they say Lil Cam, the guy that killed TakeOff, kind of used TakeOff as like a shield almost. That's how TakeOff got hit from the same bullets from his camp. You get what I'm saying? So, bam, he fall. Everybody else scatter. Then you see Jay Prince Jr. TakeOff right here on the ground. You see the blood and everything. You see Jay Prince Jr. just walking.
Yeah.
Not even paying attention. Didn't even really acknowledge it. He just walking like, shit, we had to do what we had to do. Basically, that's how he was walking. I'm not saying that he said that. And allegedly, that's how all of these things happen. Now, that was the night. Maybe a day or two later, the father, Jay Prince, and people that don't know about Jay Prince, he's from Houston, street guy, but started a record label or helped found a record label called Rap-A-Lot Records. Had some good artists coming up out the 90s. But he's street affiliated, or was. Not saying it is now. And then the son below Junior, the middle son, Jazz Prince, people are crediting him or credit him to helping discover and break Drake. Not saying he was the sole person, but that's why Drake fuck with the mob ties and Prince is like that because of Jazz, the middle son, not Junior, the oldest. So, the day they put out, Jay Prince Sr. put out an Instagram post basically saying, sending condolences to TakeOff's family and letting the world know that they didn't do anything about it or with it. Like, it wasn't on them. They didn't tell the nigga to kill him. That's basically what the daddy said. And the daddy said in the Instagram post, no matter who you are, you can't hide behind me. Because basically a fool that shoots with his eyes closed, that don't know how to control the firearm that's in his hand, is basically a danger to himself and everybody.
Facts.
So that's what the daddy said. About a day or two after that the guy that supposedly, allegedly killed TakeOff was killed himself in Houston. Yeah. So this is where we're at now. And little tidbit, the guy that allegedly shot TakeOff, he posted on, I believe, his IG story, niggas about to come to Houston respectfully, or you may not leave out. And he deleted it after a few minutes of that being on the post. Like, he posted that immediately after the whole shooting and altercation happened. And I'm guessing somebody seen it, or he talked to somebody. Man, nigga, if you don't take that shit down. But it's the internet. Everybody caught clips of it. So that's where we're at now with the whole TakeOff Quavo situation.
Can I say some shit?
Any thoughts, comments, rebuttals?
Where the fuck does some motherfucker all this goddamn information? You must be a goddamn detective in goddamn Houston, cause bitch.
That's what you call good reporting.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I'm
giving you your flowers.
Thank you. Because
this motherfucker better than goddamn detectives.
This is the most in-depth research.
I was like fucking watching an episode of fucking 48. I'm like, yeah, nigga, give me more. Give me more. Give me more.
And once we come back, next on CNN.
I'm like, what is motherfucker? You got the fucking fingerprints of the fucking.
I was just doing research.
How many times he got shot?
I believe he got shot 3 times.
So 2 from his camp and 1 from old boy. Damn. Did they confirm who shot him from the other side, from his camp?
No. That's still ambiguous, I would say. Because
ain't nobody gonna take the blame for that. Just look.
Yeah, because I feel like the people that was there know that old boy
who had the guns,
used TakeOff as a shield, and probably the nigga from Migos camp wasn't a trained security officer. He was probably a nigga from the way that know how to handle himself, of course. But when shit come and not to know the trigger control, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. I don't have no details.
Condolences to his families, man. That was just an unfortunate event. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes.
Sorry for his family. Sorry for everybody. Quavo must be going through it.
Yeah.
Because has your nephew who died in front of you.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys seen the interview with the nurse that was trying to give him his first aid when the guy arrived on the scene. Quavo was going through it, man. She was like, oh. He grabbed the lady by the shoulders and said, yo, please save him, do whatever you can. Save him. There's nothing else they could do.
Girl that was there that spoke.
Well, you remember that Twitter girl, the girl on Twitter saying, nah, it wasn't over no dice, it was over something else. There's a lot of stories.
Yeah,
and there's videos of old boy with the gun in his hand before he even shot up a shot.
Because
like what was that? Like why ain't nobody say, yo, he got a gun? And then, like,
this is the thing. Niggas, for some reason or another, niggas pull out guns just to pull them out. Just in case they ready. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like the person that you referring to, the reason why he was having it out is because he's seen like, okay, shit getting
bro,
tense.
What happened with Fist? What happened with you fighting somebody or jumping somebody? Where you gotta shoot somebody? Like, why take it there?
But I feel...
can't fight.
Thank you. And I feel... Hold on.
Damn, man.
I feel
just pay the man.
reason why old boy got hit, Lil Cam, the guy that allegedly killed TakeOff, the reason why he got killed, I feel like the mob ties niggas did that. Because it's like, we gotta give a body. Blood for blood. And I feel like the reason why that was, I feel like the reason why it's factual, but it's allegedly, I don't know. You put the whole family and structure at risk because I didn't tell you. More than likely, I didn't tell you to go.
Maybe he just killed himself.
You overreacted.
Maybe he felt too much pressure and said,
"No,
I can't take
he was murdered." No. Now if he would killed himself,
was he seriously murdered? Did the police confirm it all?
That he was murdered. Yeah, murder in a drive-by.
Murder in a drive-by.
That's what they said. That's what the Houston police said.
All right.
This is my thing. Now, if he killed himself, it would have proved my point. Definite. Like, nigga, you got to answer for this. You got to lay down about this. Now, you kill yourself, your family, we're going to get a little money to your family behind closed door privately. You know, when the shit died out.
I really think the mafia out here for real.
Or you going to get killed.
Mob ties out here for
because
real.
that's what the nigga run off of. And I felt like J. Prince Jr., the reason why 50 banned Trey Songz from Tycoon is because J. Prince Jr. and Trey Songz got into it in a fight over a bitch. And allegedly, Trey Songz beat up J. Prince Jr.
Nah, negative.
That's why I say allegedly.
I seen the pictures. Trey Songz got his ass whooped. I seen the pictures.
But this is, hold on.
But
This is my thing.
it was allegedly.
Allegedly. And did he get whooped by one nigga or about 4, 5 niggas? Because Trey Songz got hands. Yeah, Trey got hands.
I'm just saying, it was a lot of people in the commotion. It was a lot of commotion.
Yes. So,
See, but nobody got shot.
no.
I like that.
No.
See?
Shoot your fair one.
Just
but
jump
you-
Yeah,
up.
shoot your fair one and go.
See, man, I remember back in the day, man. I love that, man. Remember those celebrity
But it is
like
on them,
fight? It probably is.
No, I'm just saying it's on their family and their name.
Oh no,
Because the people that you
you in Houston and you with certain people, you got it looks
you take
iffy.
you take accountability for them people.
No, if you
Oh.
brought them there, then that's on them. If they brought them to that situation and to that place, it's on whoever brought them there. But did they have the choice to go there? No.
That's just like
Yes or no?
you bringing me to a part of the Bronx or wherever. If this is
Wear a vest.
you said
if I ever take you anywhere,
you said this place I'm controlled. I'm the big dog. I push buttons and shit around here. I call shots around here. Good. Bet I come out there. I'm expecting you, and it should be unspoken that you are guaranteed my safety out here.
damn, where we living it though? Like,
But that's a
fucking-
kind of what checking
yeah,
in is.
yeah, no, I
is
know.
what we was talking
We spoke
on
about that, but I don't think at this point when everybody is known and they got that status, especially when you're chilling with fucking half of the Migos,
Yeah.
J. Prince Jr. and everybody in those likes,
Yeah.
like that's a circle of money. Like it's like people just money in it.
This is
Like
my
I don't
thing.
think you gotta be
was
checking it. It's just chilling. And look, out of
No.
all places, they went to something local.
Oh,
A bowling alley.
I didn't say they checked in with them.
Oh no,
I just say it in the same terms.
Yeah.
When you check in with somebody
yeah.
and they get you straight, whether that's giving you a bodyguard nigga, as long as you're in the city, you come to the city, he gonna be with you, tell you what places to go, what not to, you know what I'm
What
saying?
not to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't flaunt your shit. Yeah.
If you die on that soil, that's on that man. I'm not saying it's all entirely like he the one that pulled the trigger, but he's the one that guaranteed your safety. That's just like hiring a security
It
company.
happen like that. Yeah.
Me, when I hire a security company, my first question is, when the last time y'all lost one of your protectees? And how? And if it was recent, like in the last couple of years, even if it was 1 or 2, I may not go with them. Because nigga, your whole job,
Why are they still in security?
and that's where we look at. Because your whole job is to protect these people. And if you let somebody down on your watch, that's not a chance I don't want to take.
Why are you still trying to get services from people?
Because shit happened. I'm be honest. They popped President Kennedy.
Bro.
When I say shit happens, look at this year.
Hey, that
President Kennedy was 50, 60 years ago. But look at what happened this year.
That was a magic bullet.
But look what happened this year. These niggas killed the prime minister of Japan. And I don't give a fuck if you're Japan, you're a head of state of a country. You can't really get no top level security, especially Japan. It ain't like no third world, Middle Eastern country that only got like 2,000-3,000 population. This is Japan. So they got
heavy.
some heavy security, and he still got assassinated on the campaign trail, I believe. So niggas gonna get you if they gonna get you, but still. Day, anything to say before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say RIP to TakeOff. And,
Yes, RIP.
Also, I think it's really crazy too that the Migos wasn't the Migos when he passed. That's real unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's something I wish we could have seen one last time before.
Yeah.
I think that was gonna be working on some shit.
And I think it would have came back.
It would have.
I think
It
it
would
would've
have.
came back.
It definitely would have.
I think they would have let bygones be bygones. There's always bureaucracy in certain groups and shit like that.
Do you think they're gonna put out?
They have a whole bunch of
And
music that they probably have.
I was about to say, and if Quavo and Offset is like, look, we done, really. We got these songs, enough bangers for an album. Let's put one last album out as a group dedicated to
Takeoff.
Takeoff, and then after that we'll go our separate ways. You'll be a solo artist, I'll be a solo artist.
That'd be a dope thing to do.
I think so.
Dope thing to
Yeah.
do. And I think Offset is that type of guy to do this.
I think so.
Especially when you got like 7 million kids too. So.
Yeah, another album with more money coming in, residuals coming in will help. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Twofer.
I'm not trying to be messy, but shout out to Quavo and whatever Offset did, I would love to know.
I thought allegedly he had fucked Sweetie.
Allegedly, we don't know.
Allegedly.
We don't know.
Offset.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, that's the
Quavo came
rumor.
out on a record, and he said that he said something along the lines of like his bro.
I thought it was just like rumors.
Basically, you ain't my dog if you like.
If you fucking with my bitch, like he said, if my bitch wanted the whole team,
she could have just said that.
you know.
Yeah.
And they
I remember
assumed
that.
it was Sweetie fucked off.
I thought it wasn't to Offset, so now it's to Offset. I thought it was somebody else in his team. But
it may be,
It may be.
but around that same time, that's when the last straw had broke the camel's back, and they
Right.
really broke up.
And then Cardi came out and she confirmed that he's gonna address the relationship rumors and cheating rumors on his album. So it's like
and that's just album promotion, really.
literally.
So,
Wow.
shout out to and condolences to Takeoff's family. Rest in peace, Takeoff. It should have never happened. I feel like as a, not even gonna say as a people, let's just say as men.
As a collective.
As men, black men, we need better conflict resolution skills.
Yeah.
We don't have good conflict resolution skills. A lot of us don't. It's always, oh, he don't like me, I don't like him. If he do something wrong way, I'm pulling out, I'm upping, and it just goes from there. For whatever reason, honestly. So, sad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to be a very powerful topic on the last end. What is anti-Semitic? What does that mean? People, if you don't know what the definition of being anti-Semitic is being hostile to or prejudiced against Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since we know the definition, hostile to or prejudice against Jewish people. Is Kanye right on the red media? And when he say red media, he's talking about Jewish people. And really, I lump Jewish people in with the same regular Caucasian people, to be honest with you. Trying to destroy him. Or are Jewish people just really ganging up with their community and holding him accountable for words that they said hurt them? And I'm very pro-black. Very pro-black, if you really know me. But I was like, okay, you getting hurt by these words. I can say that in two veins. I don't know. I'm not, to my knowledge, I'm not a Jewish person.
Did you hear what he said in his interview?
Who, Kanye?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? The one he did with Piers Morgan, or the one he did
one
with
that made-
Chris Como?
The one he did with Piers Morgan, he didn't say nothing anti-Semitic, and it was the other one before that.
The one he was outside of his car, saw his daughter's game, right?
No, it was
No,
it was in Drink Champs, people.
No, so why the fuck you didn't say just Drink Champs? He did like 4-5 interviews in a week
I
span.
said before that. No, he
The
did
Drink Champs shit really started
that
everything.
was everything.
I didn't
started
see
everything.
it because when I was about to see it, it was taken down, and then I just seen whole clips, not just 30-second clips, whole 5-7 minute clips, and then they moved to a different topic. So I seen his complete thought process on a lot of things, and it wasn't. You think George Floyd died because of fentanyl?
That's why I'm saying. That's why I can't. When you pose
Okay.
the question,
And then when people call him crazy, I'm sorry. When you pose the question, what?
wait, no, you posed the question of is Kanye right about the red media?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say he's correct wholeheartedly because he's saying comments like that about George Floyd. It's like you can't take that man serious.
Remember that time Kanye went off and said slavery was a choice.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
What happened then?
Niggas.
Can
sat
people
there.
like what happened to him? Was he canceled?
Yeah, he was canceled for like what? 5 minutes?
Because it was black people.
Five
Black
fucking
people,
minutes.
we have easily.
So it happens now with
forgetful
Jewish
But
memory.
people.
no, you gotta
Yeah,
stop just saying
forgetful.
black people though. But look though. So yes, it was black people, but also what happened to the white media? There was no outrage from the white media. No one was having any public speakings. Nobody said, "Hey, Kanye."
Because they like, if these niggas don't care, why do we care?
But they do it for the Jews.
Because they care.
Okay.
This is my thing.
Okay.
Black people are mad at the Jews because if you say something about them, they gonna be on your ass with black people. If you do something to black people,
Pride is pride.
we gonna march and protest in the streets. That's gonna be about a good month, maybe month and a half, and then we gonna move on to the next thing. That's just some real shit I done seen growing up in my
No
life.
shade, but no one's getting beaten at these marches like black people wearing water hose like black people were. They not doing it to the white girls. The white girls are storming the Capitol and still living. We not capable of doing that in this time. I'm
Doing
just being
what?
real. You talking about
Outspeaking.
we marched for like a month and
Doing
stop.
what?
Speaking out.
Speaking out. When we
Standing
speak
for it.
out, we get told to shut the fuck up, sit in the corner.
So it's basically
Okay,
fear is
so-
implemented.
okay,
that's
so-
basically what I'm saying.
So
It's-
just
it's-
prove
it's
my
fear-
point.
it's fear to
so
keep
you
them going.
saying if we're gonna get muted out or whatever the fuck, why fight? We're gonna be mad about it, say some
It's
shit
not
on.
why fight. It's different ways to fight.
It's not that.
But what's the ways of black people fighting? Fucking complaining on social media.
And then there's the people out there that we ignoring that's actually doing the work behind the scenes to get in them spaces to make those changes as well.
And I understand that. But as a collective, I'm talking generality here. I'm not talking individual. As a generality, black people move on to the next thing with the quickness. With the H&M thing came out. And it's not a lot of us that'll get together and really do some destruction. Because if you look at the demographics on H&M, I guarantee you at least 40, if not over 40% of their fan base or their customer base is black and brown people. But
Probably their workforce too.
their workforce too. But when they put that coolest monkey in the jungle shirt, black people was in an outrage for how long? For at least a month. And I'm giving a month a good sweet spot. Then when the shit died down, you just hear niggas just casually bringing up, hey, you see that sale H&M got going on? Yeah, I done bought like 15 shirts for like $45. We don't care really. Like we get all up in the emotions, and then once that's deflated, we just like, all right, well, where we at now? Because if we was together and said, no other black person, black people are the number one consumers in the world. In the world. So we can counsel anybody. Fucking Apple is worth $2.3 trillion. $2.3 trillion. That report just came out on Wednesday after the quarterly earnings and shit came out. If we, all black people on this world, in this earth, say we're going to stop fucking with Apple, that $2 trillion is going to go down dramatically. Dramatically. But somehow we can't get together because it was designed that way. And it's been designed that way for at least 400-500 years. So it's going to take a long time for us to even start migrating back to each other, even trusting each other to where we believe and we're going to fight with him. We're not our grandparents' generation no more. The grandparents' generation, like, man, shit, like, goddamn, I fuck with Rosa Parks, but I'm trying to get to work. I'm tired of fucking walking. But they walked. Why? Because they knew it was something bigger than themselves. And they got together and they was like, you think these people wanted to walk an hour or however long from their house to work and then have to walk back and then have to walk every fucking where for 8 months? People don't understand that boycott lasted for 8 months.
Wow.
A lot of walking.
A lot of fucking walking. But we're not like that. I feel like as black people, we should take a page out of the Jewish people rule book.
Bro.
If they say something or does something to either we found discriminatory, racist, we put the pressure on their ass and we don't let up.
Yo, people gonna say a lot of shit about what I'm about to say next, bro. People gonna say a lot of shit about this. Yo, people just us as a collective, bro. We've become lapdogs, and I'm talking about all black people and
Expound.
all black people with voices have become lapdogs. All of them. Everybody. If you stand behind who you stand behind, that's who you is. That's your people. That's your color. That's your race. That's who you stand by.
When you say lapdogs, it's like
Lapdogs meaning you just stay and sit. That's it.
I mean, but it's always been that.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about mainstream media. You don't hear Oprah coming out in outrage. You don't hear the View people, all of the black girls we got in goddamn The View. You don't hear all these what was this lady's name?
Because Kanye,
Condoleezza,
this is my thing.
speaker.
With these people,
You
with
hear
Kanye,
all these
who the fuck
athletes
come out.
All these athletes, all these people,
Kyrie Irving?
everybody. It could be.
Kyrie Irving shit.
I'm not even talking about Kyrie Irving. I'm talking about just athletes in general. I guarantee you, if everybody got together and was like, "All right, we got power. We know we own the power. We could take over everything collectively." Got on the same page. I guarantee you, a lot of things will be way. You think that you see how they have a word for anti-Semitic?
Yes.
I guarantee there'll be a word for whatever that's been done in the press to all niggas everywhere. I guarantee you, you can't even say the word nigga anymore. Not even if you a
First
nigga.
of all, you're not gonna take that. You're not gonna take that word away from me.
And I'm not saying to us. I'm just saying in general.
Even black people, you can't tell me I can't use that word.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying anybody that's accustomed to saying that word will have the repercussions because it's hate speech. I'm just trying to say what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, it's just hate speech.
It is.
Just say what it is. It is. We just gotta, instead of thinking too much about it, it's plain and simple.
It's a word.
It's a word. Simple as just a word. Exactly the same things Kanye will say. It was just words.
But I feel
what
like
Kyrie said, he didn't even say nothing. He shared something from a Jewish person that owns the damn place.
The shit that he
and
shared,
saying, and now he got to do
crazy on.
X amount of shit to get back to playing his sport that he loves to do.
Do you think the Holocaust was real or fake?
Was slavery real or fake?
I'm putting you on the spot right now.
I'm putting you on the spot. If it was slavery, real or fake?
It was real.
Of course, Holocaust was real.
Okay.
Who died? Who died more?
We're not gonna do that.
Who's died more?
We're not gonna do that.
Who's been oppressed more?
We're not.
Who's still been oppressed more?
We're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna put you on the spot
because comparing struggles. First, the reason
you
why
can't compare the struggles.
Why I said
public
that,
lynchings.
The reason why I said
public lynchings, just like they had in gas chambers. They was doing that shit in the South.
You can't compare. You can't compare. Who would sit up and compare? Oh, well, only 5 of your million people died and only 50 of your million people.
Bro,
like,
you can't compare a war.
The reason why I said that
and genocide
is because that
like,
video, that
comparing?
documentary that Kyrie tweeted about, it said that the Holocaust was fake and the numbers of the Jewish people that died wasn't that high. So if somebody said that was the problem.
That's like saying about 9/11, man. The 9/11 was fake. There's a whole bunch of conspiracies about
it. And the motherfuckers that lost their husbands and dads and mothers in 9/11 is going to want to kill you.
Exactly my point.
So
exactly. I'm just saying.
Because they're upset.
They
have a right to be upset.
Everybody has a right to be upset. It's considered hate speech at the end of the day. Just like if anybody would say, oh, whatever they did to Emmett Till, he deserved that. How do you feel about that?
I think that's two different.
No, it's not. It's words. It's words that they said that would hurt you if you was a black person and being a young kid. Be like, all right, all I did was say, hey, and now you're going to fucking lynch me, beat me to fucking death, and publicly put it out there. And knowingly. And then the lady comes out X amount of years later and says, oh, nah, my bad. It wasn't him. How the fuck that feel about?
She knew she was going to hell.
How was that? How do you expect people to be like, all right, okay, anti-Semitic, all right, cool. Racism, cool. It's hate,
so
whatever.
You're saying just because
they
don't
different.
accept our struggle or identify or recognize our struggle,
they don't
recognize anybody else's
struggle. No, it's not
That's
recognized. It's equalized. It got to be equal. Bro, if
Nigga,
you
gotta
recognize
fight
my
for anything you want in this world. The Jewish people don't fought for that spot to be together and to say, hey, you cannot say these things about us. Because the same things that you motherfuckers are saying about us now, that we control the media,
So Martin
that we
Luther King,
control the
Malcolm
banks,
X, Black
that we
Panthers
control
never
the
fought for
media,
this?
that we control the banks. It's the same rhetoric that Hitler was using when he was marching their asses into ovens.
Oh shit! Look at this.
I
So
said
what
that for
you-
a reason. I said that because Jewish people learned from that time.
Their
Because
struggle.
They didn't, that whole
What they went through.
Hitler coming into power and them going into ovens is a 4 to 5 year span. A lot of people don't realize that. They didn't just wake up one day in ovens. It was months. Okay, you got to wear an armband, that Star of David. Then it was like, okay, we're going to move all of y'all to the ghetto. Then it was like, we got one last place to move y'all. Then y'all going to be set. We're going to move y'all again. They moved them to internment camps and concentration camps and ovens. So it started with that rhetoric that Jewish people own the media. That's the reason why the German people is the recession and they can't eat. That was what Hitler was saying.
Mm-hmm.
The Jewish people run the media. The Jewish people run the banks. Hitler was saying that to corral the German people against the Jews. So they know that. And really, we saying the same thing in 2022, that they run the media, that they run the banks. It's the same. So, of course, they would get upset because the last time somebody was saying this and they really didn't curb it at the inception, you see what happened. Half of their people was exterminated, if not over half. Mm-hmm. So that's why, and I know how to take myself out of me and look at things a different way, in a different perspective. Mm-hmm. If slavery was started somewhere around there and slavery started with, let's make the world great again. And that was what a white person said 400-500 years ago. And then Trump came in 2016. Let's make America great. Oh, hell, no. You can use any other term but that. I don't care what you say. You can't use that because that started all of this behind it. And I felt like that's how they feel. And I'm not saying certain things could be heavy-handed, like the Kyrie Irving situation. Because that's just clearly, I ain't even gonna say two-faced it, because the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, and the Brooklyn Nets reached out to Amazon Friday and asked them to take down that documentary that Kyrie tweeted about, because it's still on Amazon Prime platform for you to buy, and they're profiting off of that same anti-Semitism and hateful speech that we crucified Kyrie for. They're profiting off of. And nobody has said anything about Amazon, and their CEO is a Jewish man. So what? And that's where we're at. We cast stones, and I just feel like with black people, instead of being so outright mad, take a page out their book. Look what they're doing, and look how they move when you say something that hurts them, or they perceive that hurts them.
True.
They make sure that you know that you ain't supposed to say that. If black people had that same type of camaraderie, you think Donald Trump would have won president? No. Everybody already knows that the black vote in this country makes or breaks a presidential election.
The minority vote.
The minority, but in particular black people. If all black people voted for a Republican next, it would be a Republican. Any way that black people is going to turn, the outcome of the election is going to be turned that same way.
True.
We just got to be together, honestly, and that's what this whole spill is about, in my opinion.
That's what I've been trying to
As
say.
black people and brown people,
Equal.
we have to get together, because I ain't gonna say brown people, really. I'm just talking to the black people right now, because Spanish people get it. Spanish people will come to this country and live in a 3-4 bedroom house with 10, 12 motherfuckers so everybody can eat. And then, okay, one person get a house, then another person get a house, then another person get a house. But that sense of family and camaraderie, we are in this together. Everybody has that but black people. And I feel without going too much deep into it. I feel it was designed that way because of the whole slavery. Because honestly, if you look at it,
Those
I feel
niggas.
like we was the only people that was yanked like that from their country and sold into slavery like this. Name another people that went through something like that. Of that, where your whole culture, your whole heritage, you not even on the same continent where
Dominicans
from.
Dominicans.
What happened with them? I don't know.
We were genocide completely.
Not completely.
Completely. We don't
Not
have.
completely on.
You know, you could
Not
trace.
completely on. If it was completely, it wouldn't be no more Dominican motherfuckers.
Bro,
it was close. I'm not negating what
Bro, there
you're
was
saying.
like 3 Dominicans left.
Get the
Bro, it was like 3 Dominicans left, bro. I'm guaranteed, bro.
and they
Like 3.
repopulated the Dominican
Bro,
side.
some people from Spain said, "All right, bro, we kind of did them wrong. Let's stay here and be Dominicans." Bro, I'm telling you, Dominicans were kind of like almost genocide to like almost 500 of us.
But even because Dominicans fall under Spanish and Hispanic people, even then,
we supposed to be in the Caribbean somewhere. Apparently, we're not.
then
Apparently,
you are in the Caribbean. But
and I'm just saying,
what's
but
your
we're
native
not
language?
native language. We
feel
don't
like
have
it's-
one.
What's the bulk of the language you speak?
Well, we
Either
speak
Portugal
Spanish.
or Spanish.
No, we
right?
speak Spanish,
I mean,
but
Portuguese, Spanish.
we're
right?
supposed to be Taino Indians, but
Okay. Basically, Spanish Indians, Taino. I'm
Taino.
guessing
It's like,
is the
you know,
Mexican
you
or
have
Spanish
you
word.
ever heard of you ever heard of Puerto Ricans? Puerto Ricans are Taino Indians.
Yeah, I heard Puerto
They're-
Ricans
they're
come from a
Taino-
small island called Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know shit. Yeah, they're Taino Indians.
Okay.
So we're supposed to be a sort of Taino Indian, but they can never trace it all the way back. We try to get there, but when we get there, it just disappears.
Okay.
Because DR and Haiti were kind of like a hub where they basically channeled slaves and stopped and
That's why.
and
I'm
everything.
sorry, but that's why I don't understand why some let me get it out my mouth before you cut me off.
I was gonna cut you off, but you cut
some
yourself
people,
off.
some Hispanic people don't like black people. They are racist.
Some black people don't like black people. So what are you trying to get at?
Hold on. I'm trying to get at is really if you black or you brown, motherfucker, we all come from the same place.
We all come from the same place,
You
it
just
don't
got off the
matter.
boat first. On some real shit. Because they came from Africa, they hit the Caribbean islands first, then South America, then Florida and them, and then came up to Jamestown and Virginia and shit.
Yeah.
We all come from the same people.
We all
Really?
everybody's
Our
a mutt.
ancestry is the same.
Everybody.
It's just some Spanish people, be honest with you, they on the white side. They identify as white.
African people be on the white side, bro.
No, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm talking from my personal experience. I was working for an after school program in New York that was heavily Latino. And I was working in that HR department before I got moved from group leader. And half of their applications was kids. This is a children program. Half of them identified as white on their race, when they said race. The other half on that federal paperwork said black. And my supervisor, I'm sorry, I'm gonna put your name out there, Yarniri Montanez.
Full government.
Great lady, great supervisor. I was young at the time. I really, because I couldn't deal with the shit. She was a great lady, but I just basically bounced. Didn't give her 2 weeks and that. Didn't leave properly. I'm gonna say it like that. So I apologize for that. But she told me, because she's an Hispanic lady herself, that it all depends on how they're raised. Some Hispanic households raise their people and kids to identify as black. Other Hispanic households raise their kids to identify as white. It's just, that's what she told me out her mouth. It's just all about how you're raised.
Negative.
So you never heard of a story or never been around Spanish people that don't like black people?
I've been
Older
around both.
Spanish people?
Oh, of course, I've been around both. I've been around older black people that don't like black people, bro. Okay. It's all depends. It all depends.
No, you trying to put it back on us. Nigga, I know niggas don't like niggas. I'm talking about Spanish people right now.
I just told you, yeah, there's some that don't like nothing. It doesn't matter what race, color you are, bro. There's going to be prejudice against everybody.
Yes.
There's some people that come, they see me and be like, oh, who the fuck is this motherfucker?
Spanish people and black people are the same way. That's what all this, I don't understand why.
I don't understand it. You make it make sense to me.
I don't know.
Probably goes all the way. I don't know.
But
listen, you gotta ask a historian about that. I don't know.
Anything to add on the comments? Anti-Semitism, Kyrie, Kanye.
I just want to say that the Jews, I do like the fact that they got their own hospitals.
The Jewish people.
Okay, the Jewish people. They have their own hospitals. They own
community police force.
Police force. That's crazy to me. Like, how you have your own police force? They only calling the Jews or protecting the Jews. That's crazy.
So about 2 years ago, I went up to New York. About 2 years. No, it's in New York. About 2 years ago, I went up to New York for a studio session in Brooklyn. I'm like, I come out because we got an Airbnb in a part of Brooklyn. Come out the Airbnb because we got there like I think late that evening, that night. So it wasn't a lot of people out on the streets. So the next day when we hopped out and started walking around, I'm like, what? See any? And then I know what
Hasidic Jews.
I was about to say. I know what an Hasidic Jew is, but as walking through this neighborhood, god damn, they got their own fire department. They got their own hospital.
Yeah,
motherfuckers in the police force still with the. I'm like, they have their own little basically city or community within a community in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And it's inspiring, bro. Honestly. Because
you ever been to the Bronx?
No.
You ever been to Washington Heights? You ever been to
Dyckman?
LES?
Is that Dyckman?
Well, yeah, kind of. You could consider Washington Heights Dyckman.
Well, and I was saying that because I've been in Dyckman before. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I've been in Dyckman. I actually stayed a night in Dyckman at one of my friend's house when I was in college.
Well, and that's little Dominican.
I slept. I can tell, motherfucker, because I couldn't sleep. I slept by the window, and we talking about in the NYC apartment, so the AC won't really like that. So he had the window up, and I couldn't fucking sleep all night. I heard bill bottles breaking, the fucking ambulance cars. Cop cars coming past, motherfuckers arguing.
You definitely never lived in the city. You definitely never lived in the city, bro. That is like regular shit in the city, bro.
And nigga slept like a baby. Me, I come from Virginia, nigga.
Bro, there's train stations.
I heard the trains and crickets at night.
Bro.
You know, I may hear a raccoon scavenging.
Bro, you could hear the freaking night train every time, bro. Bro, listen, New York you can't compare New York to anywhere. The only place you could compare it to kind of close to is kind of like maybe Cali. Because Cali has its own section, like Little China, Little Italy, and places like that. There's like in Miami, they got Little Havana, like Little Haiti, and shit like that. When you go somewhere, you want to go somewhere where you know people, or might speak your language, or might cook the foods that you grew up with, or just go to certain churches you go to.
Why is a lot of Hispanic people coming to this country and refuse to speak English?
Why Jewish people do the same thing?
Nigga, you just said you go to a place where a lot of people speak your language and speak whatever.
You just said you went to somewhere in Brooklyn where a lot of Hasidic people have their own places, like they have their own little things, and it's fascinating to you. But did they speak? They both speak Spanish and English.
And I know they do.
Exactly.
And Americans, gringos out there, don't believe maybe 2% of the Hispanic people that say, oh, no habla inglés. They speak it. They just don't want to communicate with your ass. Or they speak it to understand, to pass certain conversations, but they just don't want to speak to you. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you.
It be like that. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we all just gotta be equal, man. Stop the
Yeah.
hate.
Spread love.
Stop the hate all across.
Spread love.
Man.
Black
And
people, let's come
just
together a lot better.
Facts, man.
Taking pages out these people books. Let's gang
Everybody,
up and hold these people
man,
accountable.
stop the prejudiceness against each other, against your own race, within your own race.
Yeah.
It's never gonna stop. We can't stop. It's just, I just think people just need to stop all that shit, man. And just grow up.
Definitely.
Grow up. I mean, we can't change history, but we can change the hate.
Yes.
That's all I could say in regards to everything that's happening.
On November the 8th, vote on for your local third. Can't change history, but we can change hate.
Hey, that was a slogan. God damn, bro.
That's a fucking slogan. We can't change history, but we can change hate.
Hey, man.
Good shit.
Hey, that put it in the shirt.
Any
Put it in the bumper stick.
so we wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Any closing statements, social media handles? Let's get that out the way. And another successful episode, really.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to change this angle. Like put them over there, but it'd be alright.
Bet. Cool. Work in progress.
Because I feel like I gotta
Shout
be
out
like
to the Work
this,
in
'cause
Progress podcast.
I feel like I gotta, you know.
Work in progress.
Hey, also I want to give a shout out to King's Hookah Bar and Restaurant out in Deep Creek, Chesapeake. Is by Military Highway.
Who is that
Fire.
owned by? I'm guessing a Jewish person owned that as well.
You wish. It's actually owned by some Muslims and a black guy.
Black guy's the face to bring the black people in. The Muslims is the real business behind it.
The money.
Of course. You know, of course. And then if you look at some of the fucking hookah shits, it be in Arabic. Like,
Because they created it.
Yeah.
They
I don't got no problem with
created
that.
it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out to my Muslim brothers.
We got to go to Dubai one day.
Definitely.
It's a fact. It's a vibe.
Definitely.
It's a vibe.
So, social media handles.
MIQUI_22.
You can find me at iDayBanks on, what is it, TikTok.
Everywhere.
And Twitter.
Yeah.
And then on
IG.
IG. Oh, no. Twitter is top5_God. There we go.
And
You gonna have to switch
IG
that back.
and TikTok. IG and TikTok is what?
iDayBanks.
TikTok is iDayBanks.
And Twitter is what?
top5_God.
Copy. The Ray Vaughan Show. The Ray Vaughan Show on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The Ray Vaughan Show. My personal shit. Ray Vaughan on Facebook and IG, Twitter, and fucking TikTok. Ray Vaughan __. That's Ray Vaughan with 2 underscores. Make sure you check out our previous videos as well. Hit the comment, like, subscribe, and share the fucking videos, man. We're trying to start something special. We're going to have special guests coming in. We're trying to get this layup situated and always improved. So just support, man. Just support, you know, a black guy, an Hispanic guy, and a
Black guy.
Caribbean guy. Now, because I'm on my Tariq Nasheed shit. He ain't foundation in black American. He ain't a foundation of black American.
So stop eating them.
So hold on, motherfucker. So if you consider him Caribbean, I'm gonna feel some type of way too, cause I'm from the Caribbean. I was born in the Dominican Republic. He was probably born in Brooklyn.
Queens, what up?
See what I'm saying? So now I feel some type of way. That's hate speech, bro. We about to cancel you.
So, it's been another episode of the Ray Vaughan Show. Shout out to my guy shout out to my guy iDayBanks.
Okay.
It's been one. Yo.
Anti-Dominicanism. Nah, chill.